It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, beginning at verse 33, and it reads, For thus saith the Lord of hosts, the power of Israel, the daughter of Babylon, is like a threshing floor. It is time to thresh her, yet a little while, and the time of her harvest shall come. I'll start off by giving all praises, all honor, and all glory to Elohim Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rachak. I'll say double honors to my apostles, the elders of the great millstone, who teach and do rule well. I'll say peace and salutations to the Akim across the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth with faith and with sincerity, as well as risking their lives on the freedom to do so, now more so than ever. Shalom to the Akim and the Akwath who are listening and learning. Lord willing, leave us edified. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad in the land of other nations, appearing like the other nations, but whom subscribe to this truth. To you, I say shalom. So this is your brother Yahweh Sab out of the GMS Cleveland Church. I'm a fellow servant, and I'm coming at you with another lesson through the Spirit and through the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. This lesson is in regards to an article saying, what was that, like last week before? It's dated February 17th. So it reads, Americans are drowning in credit card debt as balances surpass pre-pandemic highs. And that's why I came out with this scripture, and that Jeremiah, it's time to thresh this place because, these is them woes, the mourning, because woe going to destruction or mourning. In the book of Ezekiel chapter 7, it talks about how evil and only evil has come, evil meaning Eve is a compound word, Eve meaning time, ill meaning bad. So bad times has come. And, when people basically, you got this inflation still on the rise, you got the pandemic basically benefits, being basically stopped, not only from, how they was giving everybody extra money for having children or just all the little benefits. Well, that's all over with, and now it's the time of mourning, scriptures tell it's better to be in the house of mourning than the house of mirth. But the thing is, a lot of people aren't happy, they may fake it, you may have some people that, are really just joined under the system and they, have a lot at stake here. They're, it's not really affecting them like that. But then again, you got to take time to think about it. I was going to do a video on Floyd Mayweather, but I realized that it wasn't in America where basically nobody really showed up to the fight, But, and then when you think about like with, you got the Versus whole show, basically, you got people that were so frustrated, the entertainers, they weren't making any money. So that's why they came up with this Versus situation. So they go on that show and just play their old music and see who had the better album. And, there's a whole bunch of folly and entertainment, and entertainment goes back to distractions. But, those, I remember Slim Thug, he was highly upset. You had Boosie. You had individuals that are considered to be wealthy or have worth in this world that were upset because these devils literally stopped the world. So this is the book of Isaiah chapter 24 and verse 7, and it reads, The new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, all the merry-hearted do sigh. And, if you are average everyday American, most average everyday Americans are sighing, and that's just a fact of the matter. And it's going to be more mourning when basically they cut these stamps. They said certain states already cut them. It was a few different articles that I had been reading or looking over, but, I'm not at a platform where I got a computer in my arm's reach where I can have multiple scriptures on deck and flip through the different articles. So, it wasn't to be a lesson like that anyway. Just at the end of the day, making it known that, this place is done. It's, you know what I mean? Because, the mirth ceaseth, because, when you in debt, you not having fun. You carefree having fun when your bills paid, that's when you go enjoy yourself. When you in debt, you up there basically worrying, damn, what, and that's why these people gonna lose it. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 24 and verse 7. The new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, all the merry-hearted do sigh. The mirth of Tabaret ceaseth, The noise of them that rejoiceth endeth, the joy of the harp ceaseth. You know, the music already sucked, but, you know, that partying spirit is leaving this world, period, you know, because, you know, you come in, the scriptures even say that. The book of Proverbs say when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. And you got people mourning right now. And you're going to have it even more so, let these coming weeks come. Because right now, again, you know, people are surviving. But, you know, like they made a statement, they said basically with the cut in the food stamps, people going to be losing like $90. Well, that's not true, to show you how much the devil's a liar, because you got certain states that's basically going to affect your what you basically already get. So if you were getting 400, they might reduce that. You know, and the scriptures talk about how the Lord going to bring visit the world because of their great pride. You know, so you know, evils and greater evils shall be done in the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 14. You know, because of the great pride in this place. But the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, you know, has a way of bringing the lofty low. You know, this is the book of Isaiah chapter 26, and the point is verse 5. For he bringeth down them that dwell on high, the lofty city, you know, the city of confusion, the city of unwalled villages. Because this place, well, I probably butchered that, but, you know, this place doesn't have a wall, you know. That's America. I just named America 3 different times in the scriptures. This is the most proudest place on the planet. And that's why the Most High is visiting it subtly right now. You know, he ain't unleashed full hell, you know, full grown, you know, hell, you know, when people don't want to even come outside, you know. It says, for he bringeth down them that dwell on high, the lofty city, he layeth it low, even to the ground, he bringeth it even to the dust. Made me think of Sodom and Gomorrah. Because Sodom and Gomorrah, when you go into that city, through the you know, the knowledge and wisdom of the elders, you know, the first time I ever heard, you know, because no pastor, no church ever told me, but they say it wasn't just, you know, 2 cities, it was 5 of them, you know, but that's through diligence and research, you know. But you know, these cities were known throughout the world, so therefore, you know, I'm sure they were, you know, greatly proud. But the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, laid them low. How much more so America? Let me get a little bit of this. It says Americans are drowning in credit card debt as balances soar past pre-pandemic highs. Credit card debt in America has reached staggering new levels, according to a report from the Federal Reserve Bank of New York's Center for Microeconomic Data. In its quarterly report on household debt and credit, the New York Fed found that in the 4th quarter, credit card balances rose by $61 billion, meaning total outstanding credit card debt held by Americans reached damn near $1 trillion. Call a lawyer, blah, blah, blah. The pre-pandemic high was $927 billion in Q4 2019. And the thing is this, I forgot where I read it at, but they basically said a lot of people, because the food is so high and inflation is so bad, a lot of people are basically have maxed out their credit cards. So that's what this whole thing is about, you know, and it's just proving it. So how the fuck is they, you know what I mean? Like, and that's, you would think that would have brought this place low. But the pride and the spirit of this place, you got people still fucking proud, you know. You know, like I remember the brother Amawan Gabar did a video, and he was just reading comments, and can't tell who was the individual that commented, but they made a statement, and it's, you know, it's an Edomite statement, you know, a little saying to say, toughen up, buttercup, you know. But he was saying how the crazy part about it is people see what's going on, and they're not trying to live, you know, spend less, but they still living beyond their means or doing too much. Just showing you what kind of spirit is on this place. So yeah, it's gonna be terrible in the next few months for certain individuals. You know what I mean? These 2/3, these these heathen, but the average heathen though is doing better than, the average Israelite or, even some Edomites, but for the most part, I remember the elder, Mawatazah, was saying that basically he had to deliver to a school, and he was like, it was majority, I think he said Moab, Ishmael, and Esau. And he was saying how they was up there talking about their booster shots, and, what they gonna do, and he was like, if you'd have seen it look like some shit off a movie, it's like you'd have thought that we was already in the kingdom. So people like that ain't gonna be. Well, that's not true. Like, people like that, when they life savings is affected by this shit, because the average American is really like simple, That's why you had Trump able to rouse all those individuals up, which is so amazing how they would basically try to prosecute this man and say that he roused the people up and caused the insurrection, and literally he's talking about running for president again. And the elder said how, that's Nero, baby, because the Most High, with him. And, when you see and think about it, like, they've gotten a lot of people to, they've went after, major politicians. Look at Nixon and people like that. So who, that's how yeah, it's spiritual, because I don't give a fuck who you tied into. At the end of the day, if the Lord preserving you or gonna come get you, he gonna, and that's just deep, Because I'm like, I remember when they were saying he basically did that shit. You know what I mean? Using the Secret Service as his old, bully squad. He was blowing out on. You had celebrities talking shit. He was. He was having the Secret Service visit there. I think it was George Lopez, and it was somebody else. I want to say it was Madonna. It was somebody though. I think it was Madonna. It was somebody that said something. And he sent the Secret Service to their head. Because Salakia for the digression. that in itself shows you the corruption of this place. But at the end of the day, the division, because America's so divided. That's showing you how this place is basically, or it's over with. You know what I mean? Like, literally, like, again, if majority of the average everyday Edomite that basically the peon Edomite, red on White House, or what was that, white picket fence house, and the white picket fence, the average Edomite, again, is like I said, they've maxed out their credit cards. Brothers have done videos on this where you got Edomites up there like, yeah, making jokes, but at the same time, like, that is this, and then the fact is, like, they probably be making over $100,000, and the fact is, you won't qualify for no government help when you're making that type of money. So, that's why they making those statements about a person living 100 or making 100,000 a year is living paycheck to paycheck, because the way the system is designed, So that should bring a person low and humble, I guess these Edomites don't realize their predicament, while they still being proud. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 47, and verse 1, and it reads, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne. O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate." Verse 2, it says, "Take the millstones and grind meal." It says, Isaiah 47, verse 2, "Take the millstones and grind meal, uncover uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers." Verse 3, "Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man." So, point of me bringing that out is verse 2, "Uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover thy thigh." The place is being exposed, for the dirty whore it is. But, sometimes, when them dirty whores, literally how the Lord, because, like the Lord said, the battle's not given to the swift or the strong, but the victories of the Lord, roughly paraphrased. So those really conniving and sneaky motherfuckers, they get got too. You know what I mean? They just, just a different type of spirit. So, the Lord basically is exposing this whore for what she is, and shame is covering her. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. That's why you got you got these Americans at odds with their own government. You got individuals seeing the reality of certain things, how, the Biden administration didn't come to Ohio to help those other Edomites, but they went over to the Ukraine to help those ones. And you don't think like Russia and China and these other countries see that? This place is being exposed for the dirty bitch he is. You know what I'm saying? This book of Ezekiel chapter 28 and verse 17, and it reads, "Thine heart was lifted up because of thy beauty. Thou hast corrupted thy wisdom by reason of thy brightness. I will cast thee to the ground. I will lay thee before kings, that they may behold thee." Yeah, these other nations are basically seeing, the late great America, the proudest place on the earth with the symbol of the eagle. You got to really take time to think about how gangster Esau really is. You know what I mean? Like, he'll literally tell you can't do some shit. Meanwhile, he doing the same shit. He talking about the repercussions and threatening like China if they help Russia, but you helping Ukraine. It's kind of funny. So, like I said, the pride of this place was lifted up, and they thought this was the most beautiful whore of all the lands. The Lord did give them wisdom, but then the scriptures talk about wisdom of wickedness is not true wisdom. I will cast thee to the ground. This place being brought low now, to the point, like I said, these Americans is going to eat one another. I think about the Dark Knight when the Joker said that. He said these civilized people, let the right circumstances happen, roughly paraphrased. He said they'll eat each other, and that's what these Americans are about to do. You know what I mean? Because the whole concept of America, you got that monopoly spirit. I gotta have the best. I gotta be the best. Like, this place ain't founded on nothing spiritual or nothing spiritually righteous anyway. You gotta remember, this place was founded on lies. You got individuals thinking it was founded on the Bible, yet still you got all these Masons that's what I mean, that had something to do with the government. So if you saying it's one thing, but it's really another thing, how, this is a corrupted place anyway. What did you think was going to happen? It's the book of Revelations, chapter 18. Revelations 18 and verse 4, and it reads, "And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues." And you seeing the plagues that's going on here. You got the inflation, you got the sicknesses, you got just the crime. You know what I mean? I said, to be in that debt. We are dealing with that money that is that debt note. You know what I mean? Verse 5, "For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquities. And the Lord is judging this place as we speak. Reward her even as she rewarded you. Double unto her, double according to her works. And the cup which she hath filled, fill to her double." So all the wickedness this place got, Salaki, all the wickedness this place done. Well, in these devils' mind, they're going to feel like it's wickedness when it's done to them, when it's truly righteousness. When you think about it, they really are proud when you've had the help of the Heavenly Father. You know what I mean? Like, showing you the power of the Most High. He took a cave like or animal like mentality type of person and put them on in rulership. So what's so far fetched about him putting us back in rulership when we are the children of the Most High? Verse 7, how much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow and shall see no sorrow. That's the pride of this bitch. You know, this place ain't never been, penetrated, as far as outside country coming here. So that gives these Americans that pride too. But then to show you how much of a laughing stock it is, like this is a country, like I said, the skirts has been lifted up that these other countries know about them having homosexuals in their military. You're not gonna get that in Moab's army. You're not gonna get that in Putin's either. That's just facts. This is the book of Revelations 18 and verse 16, and it reads, and saying, alas, alas, the great city that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls. Verse 17, for in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught, and every shipmaster and all the company and ships and sailors and as many as trade by sea stood afar off, and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto the great city? And they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping, because a lot of money is made in Babylon. You got to remember the world reserve currency. You know what I mean? So yeah, these merchants are going to be sad. You know what I mean? You got to really take the time to pay attention to, like, and Jake's so just blind to certain shit, or they thinking this, certain things are good thing, and it says in scriptures all things that work to, the good of the Most High. The good and the bad, but it's, like you see these in Jake neighborhoods, in the low poverty neighborhoods, you got these Ishmaelites that got their gas stations and already set up for the Bitcoin game, you know what I mean? Because they all thinking about making money. Because this is really going to be the next world reserve currency. But Jake doesn't, like I said, that's why you really take time to really think about it. Yeah, a lot of Jake gonna flock to it too, because Jake can live beyond or under his means, because most Jake ain't got shit. But Jake also think that they supposed to just get shit from the government, just completely rely on the government. They still have that mentality. That's why not understanding the scriptures talk about a gift can destroy the heart. Them PPE, you could get a loan all your life. Then this one opportunity, you ain't thinking nothing of that though. Like, not this one opportunity. This, you could, everybody doing these little moves and get 30,000. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a catch with that. This is the book of Revelations 18 and verse 21. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all. So basically, I was just talking about that, how, the violence has increased, but the scriptures tell you in the 2 Timothy that in the last days there shall be perilous times, that meaning dangerous. So of course the violence is up, but when these people can't afford to, like, watch these Edomites, like brother always like to bring up that movie, Fun with Dick and Jane, and that's actually based on a true story. I can't recall the real who was based on name, but it was a couple that basically, had, it was like, those that's making six figures right now, and something happened. I forgot what company they worked for, but they got laid off or lost their jobs, and they went into robbing. So it's gonna be them type of Edomites gonna be doing that type of shit too. You know, it ain't gonna be just Jake do shit low level because Jake on a low level here. Although Jake on an extremely high level too. You know, the vibration of Jake is different though. You know that's why you got Esau that recruit shit from in the ghetto. You know what I mean? These young ghetto boys is the ones that actually make those they entertainment, they distraction. You know, distracting. So yeah, of course you're gonna have crime in Jake neighborhoods, but it's gonna be these Edomites because they like I said they got the most to lose. So call lawyer Yahweh Shem Yahshua that the Lord visiting. May this be the year that all the prophecies be fulfilled. But if not, through the Spirit, they far away. So if you're a so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American, Seminole Indian, West Indian, or Haitian, I implore you to come back to the law, statutes, and commandments of your power, whose true name in the Hebrew is Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rachakados B'tah. Yahweh meaning he is, he exists. Ba'ashem meaning in the name. Yahweh Shai meaning he saves or he is the deliverer. I want to give double honors to my apostles, the elders of the great millstone who teach and do well. Peace and salutations to the Akim across the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth with faith and with sincerity, as well as risking their lives and the freedom to do so, now more so than ever. Shalom to the Akwath, as well as the Akim out there listening and learning. Lord willingly, this is edifying. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad in the land of other nations, appearing like the other nations, subscribing to this truth. To you, I say shalom. So, brother, y'all, what's up? And Lord willingly, us, coming with another video soon. Shalom. Shalom, shalom, and Mawath Lababal.